on many cruises the past few years, and we almost always have a pretty good time, no matter what happens. But we would not be responsible cruise YouTubers if we didn't tell you guys what we
loved and hated.
Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us, and you won't regret it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori.
I'm Gary.
And we are
Lori and Gary Cruise.
Welcome back to our channel. So, about a month ago, we came back from our 1 week Symphony of the Seas cruise from New Jersey to the Bahamas, including Nassau, Bahamas, perfect day at CocoK, and also Florida as well.
Yeah.
And while overall, in general, it's a pretty good cruise, there were definitely highs and lows, goods and bads, things that we loved, things that we hated. So we're going to get into both, and you're going to want to stick around until the end because
that's when we're going to reveal what we loved and hated the most.
The most, exactly.
What we loved the most, what we hated the most. You're going to stick around for that.
And as per the usual, we always like to do this hate, love, hate, love, hate, love. That way we can end on a high note talking about what we loved and not a negative Nancy note talking about what we hated.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's get at it.
Let's get at it. You can take it away, baby. Number one thing that we hated.
The first thing that we hated was the lack of windows. Practically anywhere you sit on that ship, there's no windows.
I just want to say...
At least you can't see the when I'm talking about no windows, there's no view of the ocean. That's what I'm talking about.
So a while back, we watched a Ben and Dave video. And if you guys don't know who Ben and Dave are...
We love them. We love Ben and Dave.
They are some of the best cruise YouTubers. So check them out. But they did a video on Symphony of the Seas. And they said they did not like that there was a lack of windows. And we were like, just get a balcony. Get over it.
Get a balcony cabin. No, just go on your balcony. There's plenty of light. But when we went on the Symphony of the Seas, we had to go, they were right.
They were right. And it kind of affects your cruise because the Salarium is not enclosed. And this ship left from New Jersey, which was cold in October. And so it's not like you could sit in like a heated solarium and look out the windows because it wasn't heated. It was open with the sky from the sky. Like otherwise, very few restaurants had a window view.
Yeah.
And of course you have Central Park with no windows. I'm not saying Central Park isn't nice, but we're on a cruise. We want to see the ocean, baby.
Right.
In fact, one of the few places you could see the ocean was the buffet, but getting a seat by the window in the buffet was like
impossible.
I mean, I think you could win the Florida lottery.
Yeah. You'd have a better chance of winning that than getting a window seat in the buffet.
So while we had our balcony cabin, and yes, we could look at the view from our stateroom, anywhere else you were on the ship was
dimly lit.
Yeah, no ocean views for us.
Yeah.
But let's counteract that and talk about what we love.
Yes. Now, what we loved about Symphony of the Seas is the ship itself.
Yes.
It was just an amazing ship. It's about 6,000 or 7,000 passengers or something like that.
I think we had 6,200 passengers.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous ship. It's a beautiful ship.
It's beautiful. It's well maintained, and there's so much to do. I mean, even though yes, Central Park doesn't have windows, it's still beautiful.
It's gorgeous with real plants, real trees, real everything. Nothing is fake.
And then you have the boardwalk with the carousel. And
yeah.
The diving shows on back. The pool area is great. It's fantastic. Lots of seating.
I got a bazillion slides.
Yeah, it's just a really nice garage.
I don't know how it floats. Tell you the truth, it's so huge.
Yeah. But overall, we really like the ship. We love Oasis class ships. We also went on Oasis of the Seas a few years ago.
Yeah.
We just think they're fun, really nice ships. Just add a couple windows, which I think they did on the Icon class.
Did they really?
I heard, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
that's news to me.
So they answered our query, so it's all good.
Okay. Next. What we hated was the buffet size and hours. Now, it's a mega ship, and you would think the buffet would be a mega size, but it wasn't. It was cramped. It was shoulder to shoulder. You want to avoid the buffet, especially during the heated hours.
And also, they kind of closed early at night. I forget if it was 9 or 9:30, but either way, I would think that on a ship that size, you should be open till at least 10, if not 10:30 or 11.
I would think so.
Gary and I like to we bring these thermoses, and we like to go up and fill our thermoses with coffee, so we have it in the stateroom.
So we have it in the morning.
In the morning,
Yeah.
our thermoses keep it warm.
Yeah.
And we kept, after the show, we were like running to the buffet to grab our coffee before it closed, and half the time we missed the buffet, and we had to.
Yeah, that's right. It
Yeah.
was closed. And one guy was really nice, and he said, "Okay, let me reopen it for you." And he actually reopened it, the coffee area, and they let me pour the coffee in the two thermoses. I wish I'd have gotten his name. I would have mentioned it.
But in general, it would just be nice.
And that was 9:30.
And also,
And they were wrapping things up at 9:30.
but also, we would go to the buffet at like 2:30 p.m. trying to miss the main lunch crowds.
The crowd,
But
yeah.
it was just as crowded, whether you went at noon
Yeah.
or you went at closer to 3. It was just as crowded.
Packed.
Yeah.
Sardines.
Yeah. I think it should have just been open longer hours. Personally, I would like it to see it open till 11, because after it closes for 6,000 whatever 100 passengers,
Yeah.
you really only have like the Promenade Cafe and the pizza place.
Just a couple
open.
of options, and that's it.
And they had lines, so it's
Yeah.
not like there wasn't a demand for
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 2 that
Yeah.
we hated. But what did we like? Number
Okay.
2,
What we love is the food.
the food.
Yeah.
Yes.
The food in the main dining room, the food in the specialty restaurants, and the
food in the buffet.
in the buffet, and the
Snack food.
Yeah, the hot dog place, the hamburger place,
The pizza place.
pizza place, the ice cream, the specialty ice creams. They're all good.
We liked all the food. I
Yeah.
mean, you didn't like the soft serve ice cream that much. You said it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I had it once. I usually go there like once or twice a day, but on this particular cruise, you could tell it was made by some kind of powder and mixed with something else. I didn't like that soft serve ice cream.
But listen, we know that a lot of people have been posting that the Royal Caribbean food has gone down. And in all honesty, we only went to the main dining room one time, and it was on formal night. So obviously on formal night, everything is elevated.
Mm-hmm.
But with our experience with all of the specialty restaurants and the buffet, which had fantastic selections,
Mm-hmm.
and our main dining room experience and all the snack food, we loved.
that was lobster night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lobster night.
We just really enjoyed the food.
So you got to go to the main dining room on lobster night. Okay.
So that was what we love. We love the food.
Yes.
We can't promise you'll love the food, but we did really good experience with the food.
Okay. Next, what we hated was the port at Port Canaveral. Now, there's nothing to do at Port Canaveral, in Florida.
That's not true. We've stopped there many times, and we've already did the good things to Zoo.
Well, we went to the museum. We went to the Space
Kennedy
Museum,
Center,
which was really nice. But after an hour and a half or 2 hours, you're done, and it's time to get back on the ship.
Yeah, and in the past we did a kayaking.
Forgot about
excursion,
that.
which we did not like.
No, I didn't like that at all.
But in general, when you cruise to Port Canaveral, you'll see there's not that many excursions to do, and
You can go to Disney World.
if you go to Disney World, you're wasting your money and your time.
That's an hour and a half, 2 hour bus ride each way.
If the ship gets into port on time,
Yeah.
and it's hundreds of dollars for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
So do not go to Disney. Don't even think of that as a
Yeah.
suggestion of things to do in Port Canaveral on a one-day cruise stop there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just think it's a boring stop. We don't enjoy it. We didn't get off the ship this time.
Exactly. If we ever go there again, we're not going to get off again. So
Yeah.
there you go. If you want to see the Space Museum, great. Anyway, okay, next. But what we loved was
Perfect day at CocoK.
Perfect day at CocoK, and it was perfect.
I mean, it rained, but it was still perfect.
It was.
And just so you guys know, even if it rains, remember, this is like Florida adjacent weather. So it could be raining one second, sunny the next second.
And that's what it was.
That's what it was. And so many people went back to the ship. And the one thing about Perfect Kate that we were concerned about is that Royal Caribbean has like hiked all the prices up for things to do there. And also, the last time we were there, we were the only ship there, and our ship was at half capacity because of the you-know-what epic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this time...
There was only one ship there at half capacity, and we had the whole island to ourselves.
This time there was 2 full ships there, so we were very nervous.
We were nervous, yeah. Well, we thought, we're never going to get a place, we're never going to get a place. It still was perfect.
It was perfect. There's plenty of seats there.
There might have been 10, 12,000 people out on there, and we still had a great time.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
You don't need to pay extra to have a fantastic time. So we love Perfect Day. We think it's one of the best private islands, right?
I think, yeah, the best private island I've ever been on. I've been on a bunch.
So Perfect Day at CocoK.
Perfect day at CocoK, guys.
Number 4, what did we hate, baby?
We hated the Salarium.
Yes.
Now let me tell you why we hated the Salarium, if I may, hon. It wasn't enclosed. It started to rain, and we felt it. Most solariums on cruise ships are enclosed, air-conditioned, nice, adults only, blah, blah, blah. Or heated. Yeah. This one was not heated nor air-conditioned.
It was just open.
It was just open.
And what I don't understand is there is a ceiling, but it's built with space in between. It's like glass space.
So it starts to rain, and people scramble. So
you have to scramble. And then everything gets soaked, and then you don't want to sit there for the next 2 hours until everything dries. The thing is, if it was just all open, I'd be like, all right, like the adults only area is just in the open. But because there's like half a ceiling, it's like, you guys, just finish it.
It's a beautiful solarium. There were 3 or 4 huge hot tubs, and there was a bar area there. There was a pool. There was a food, a little buffet. But it starts to rain, and it's like, well,
Royal Caribbean. Next time Symphony of the Seas is in dry dock, just build the roof. Yeah. Just do it.
Just put a roof on an air conditioning.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to save
some
bucks,
heat for when you sail out of New York.
Exactly. Okay.
But what did we love?
We loved the water slides.
So there's 3 on the ship, and I tried all of them. One was more like for beginner-friendly people.
Right.
I still think it was a little scary. One was kind of scary. And one they told me wasn't scary, but I thought it was a scary ass. And that's the one where it shoots you out into that big bowl, and then you go around and around and around. And
you went on one that was completely dark.
Yeah,
right? Couldn't even see where you were going.
Dark. But I thought they were fun. We've done many water slides, and these were fun water slides. And he didn't get to try them this time around. His back. But
I got a bad back.
He's got a bad back.
And it was hurting during that. But anyway.
But water slides, they were fun. We love them. I love a ship with a water slide.
Yeah.
So we're almost there. But before we get to the end, can we ask you to hit the
like and subscribe button
with the
notification bell?
It really helps us out.
Yeah.
And we super duper appreciate it.
Yeah, it would help us out. It helps out a lot.
Also, have you ever been on Symphony of the Seas, and do you wildly disagree with us right now? Are you throwing stuff at at your computer or your phone screen? Let us know in the comments. We love chatting with you guys, letting us know what you think, and then us arguing back and maybe shaming you publicly on YouTube. Sometimes. So let us know in the comments. And now, let's finish this off, Gary.
Throwing things at the computer.
What did we hate the most, baby?
Now, this is very upsetting. I don't mind children, but there were so many screaming kids on this cruise. I would say 1,500 at least. Everywhere you go there, and kids would come in the adults only area. It's just. I don't blame the kids so much as the parents don't seem to
Now listen. I can see them. They're already, this is what they're doing right now, Gary.
Yeah.
They're going, well, if you don't like kids.
If you don't like kids,
go,
you should only go on an adults only cruise line. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, first of all, we are going to go on an adults only cruise line next year, Virgin. But secondly, we handpicked the dates for this cruise because we were like, when is the middle of school? Like, when will everyone have to be in school? And we went late October, and you would think, okay.
And we thought that'd be great. Late October, they're in school.
Like, of course, it's royal, it's family friendly. Maybe it'll be a couple toddlers. No. This was
a couple of thousand toddlers, maybe.
All ages. It was all ages. Yeah. Elementary, high school, toddlers. Honestly, the kids were just running free range.
They were going wild. They were going crazy.
And not like free range turkeys, like free range. And we had a bunch of rude incidences happen. If you saw one of our earlier posts about this cruise, you'll know what I'm talking about. But we had one case where we were eating one of the pay-for specialty restaurants, and a mother let her child watch a cartoon on her iPhone full blast.
Yeah, and they weren't several tables away. They were the next table.
The next table. And we were clearly there having a romantic dinner. But honestly, it shouldn't even matter. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't know this, you shouldn't let your child watch videos out loud. It's called headphones. They make these things called headphones. You can get them that go in the ears or that go over the whole ears.
You're being patronizing.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to because apparently people don't think it's rude to blast cartoons at a nice restaurant.
That was overkill. It really was, and I can't believe the parents let the kid watch that at such a loud volume. It was really irritating, and it ruined the dinner for us.
And there were also safety hazards. There would be groups of teenagers sitting on the stairs, blocking traffic. You know, when you're talking about cruising,
sitting on the stairs.
A lot of people have mobility issues on cruising.
Sitting on the stairs with their phones doing.
It was just too much.
I have mobility issues. I got a bad knee, and I swung around there, and there she was, and I darn near tripped over her.
And I think, unfortunately, in this day and age, if the cruise is going to attract that many kids, knowing that the parents aren't going to care for their kids and monitor their kids, there needs to be more rules. And I think employees should be able to tell teenagers without having repercussions, I'm sorry, you can't be sitting here.
Unfortunately, they don't enforce that stuff. They get away with it.
They should have signs that say no sitting on stairs.
Yeah, they have to do that. Can you believe they would have to do that? But it's true. They're sitting right in the middle of the stairs.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I know we're being negative Nellies. So
that's a good one. Negative Nellies.
Last we have something that is, at this point you're probably like, why are you guys still cruising with Royal Caribbean? You sound like you hate it. But the last thing we're going to tell you that we loved makes everything with Royal Caribbean worthwhile.
Yeah.
And that is, can I tell them, baby? Can I do the big reveal?
You do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The entertainment.
The best by far of
mainly
any cruise line.
Hairspray on this ship was the best show I personally felt like I've ever seen at sea.
That was Broadway quality. It really was.
It was so good, but also their diving shows are great. Their ice skating
amazing diving shows.
Even though we didn't get to see
this diving show was cut in half because it was rough seas.
So no diving.
But we got to see about half of it. Just no diving.
And there's like another main stage show with Ariel, and I just think Royal Caribbean has the best entertainment
of any lines. Yeah.
And we are those people that choose cruises as per the entertainment. So this is a huge thing for us. So we'll deal with those kids. We'll deal with a small buffet. We'll deal with everything we hate because the entertainment made the cruise for us.
Superb.
And I would say we had a great cruise.
Yes, it was a great cruise. All in all, it was a great cruise.
Great cruise.
Such great entertainment.
Yeah. And that
I
wraps
think
it up.
that about wraps it up, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Love and hate, yeah.
So, I don't know. Did we miss anything that you hated on your Symphony of the Seas cruise or another Oasis class ship
Yeah,
cruise?
let us know.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys.
I'd love to know what you loved and hated on Symphony of the Seas.
And that's all for us today. Until the next time, we want you to
Live your best cruise life!
Bye.
Bye, guys.